Don't limit God for how he's going to do things in your life with your assignment, even the instructions that come from him. You guys know I've talked about it many times. When God gives us a promise or tells us what that blessing is going to look like or what to expect, we have our own mental picture in our minds for how we think that's supposed to look, how things are supposed to go, how things are going to play out. Do not limit him. The same way I thought, oh, surely this is the one that the Lord chose, like, with Samuel and David's brothers before he anointed David. But with that being said, we don't know the Lord's intentions. We don't know the Lord's reasonings. Be open to how he wants to do things. Still be spirit-led with whatever instructions that he's giving you. Move the way he's telling you to move, but don't limit him as far as how he wants to do it. I could have easily missed the way he wants to bless others through this playback. I could have easily missed, anybody could easily miss how God is trying to do something, thinking because he told me this, he must mean that. Because he said move this way, he must mean that. He even gave me another download earlier this morning while I was at the gym. Something that he gave me the green light for, but I didn't know he was going to do it that way, if that makes sense. But I was open to seeing and hearing what the Lord was trying to say. Sometimes we block Holy Spirit, like he's trying to show us something, and it's kind of like a blind spot or like something that's in your peripheral vision, but you're so focused and have so much tunnel vision on that one thing that you're missing what he's trying to show you. So you may feel like the Lord has given you instructions. You may feel like the Lord has told you how something is going to play out. With that being said, even though God shares his instructions, his provisions, downloads, whatever that looks like, there is still something he's leaving out. I remember I said God is not a formula. He cannot be figured out. He won't let you figure out how he's going to do this thing. He won't let you, I don't care, thank you, Holy Spirit, how much you toil with trying to figure out, because he said this, it must mean it's going to look like this. Because he said that, it must mean it's going to look like that. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. I remember being in that place, and I, oddly enough, found myself in that place again, just with this assignment. But I could have missed him thinking clearly, surely he didn't mean this. Surely he's not saying that. Surely he's not going to move that way. What is it that God has told you that you have such a death grip on that you won't give him room to say what he meant, or to show you what he sees, or to tell you what he's actually saying, or to move in a way that he desires to move? Get out of God's way. Lord, is there something that you've shown me? Is there something that you've told me? Is there something that you've revealed to me that I'm still missing something on because I'm seeing it my own way? Lord, I give you permission. Release the scales from my eyes. Give me new eyes. Give me fresh eyes. Give me a fresh perspective. Transform and renew my mind. Help me to see this your way. Help me to not miss what you're doing. Help me to not miss what you're saying. Help me, thank you, Holy Spirit, save me from myself. Help me to get out of my own way. So what is it that the Lord has instructed you to do, or is telling you to do, or something that's going to happen, but you have your own mental picture already in your mind of how that's going to play out? Come out of agreement with that, because you'll find yourself, thank you, Holy Spirit, with meaningless energy, like wasted energy trying to figure out. And I will tell you this, because I've been in this place more than one time. I don't care if you come up with a gazillion different scenarios. I guarantee there is still something that he's withholding and not showing you. But you think because you've played out all these different scenarios, it's going to look like this. It's going to be that way. Don't do it. Y'all, I've been down this road one too many times, more than I like to even acknowledge, But I'm saying it because I don't want you guys to go through those meaningless battles like I had to endure. This one, I caught on early enough, but some time ago, earlier on in my walk, there were things that the Lord told me or said, but I had such a death grip on it, I wouldn't allow him to show me what he meant by that. This time I caught it. It was by my surprise. I was about to toil a little bit, like, Holy Spirit, hold on, this ain't what we talked about. Like, that was conviction right there. That's the thing. We don't talk to God about what God is saying to us. He says something to us, but then we take it and just run with it. We get up from his feet before he's finished speaking. And Holy Spirit was like, we didn't talk anything about how this was going to look or what you're going to do with it this way or what you're not going to do. I gave you the instruction for the first assignment of bedroom meetings. I never said any more about it wasn't going to be this or it wasn't going to be that. You took that part and ran with it. That was conviction for me, a learning experience for me, a lesson for me, a loving rebuke for me. But again, I'm saying all of this to say, what is it that God has told you? This can be with your marriage. This can be with restoration. This can be with a job, a business move. Thank you, Holy Spirit. I'm even hearing like a physical move, like to another city or another state. Okay, here we go. There were some years ago that the Lord gave me a city and state in mind. And I just knew without a shadow of a doubt, he meant I was supposed to physically move to that space. After sitting at his feet with it long enough, it was never a physical move. It was more so, it was something else. I haven't been released this year, but it was something else. You think if he gives you a place, that means that's a physical move. But that place could mean, it can be provision. It can be keep an eye on this place. It can be something that started in this place. It can be a bunch of things, limitless things. But because he kept showing me this place and I heard down to the city and the state, I assumed that meant a physical move. Now, I didn't go forward in that because, again, I felt some uncertainty there. Like, God, what is this all about? But it was actually years later, I kid you not, before he actually revealed what that place meant. Just because he's speaking something physical, like geographical location, doesn't mean it's an actual physical move. Now, that doesn't apply to everyone. Some of you, the Lord will instruct to move. But some of you, the Lord has maybe shown you a place or told you a place, and you immediately took that and ran with it. And maybe you're somewhere that the Lord didn't call for you to go. Maybe you've moved into a job or a position. Just because he said it didn't mean that's what he meant. You see what I'm saying? This is something you got to sit at the Lord's feet until you know what God is saying. Not what you think he's saying, not what you think that means, not what somebody else is saying that means, not what every other sign is showing you, until you know what God is saying. And sometimes he'll leave you. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Some of you still don't know, and I get it. But that's also a season. That's also an accurate space to be in where you got to have peace in the uncertainty. Lord, you gave me a bunch of puzzle pieces and I'm still uncertain about it, but I have peace in that. Lord, you gave me some strategies and instructions, but I'm still uncertain about how these things are going to make sense, but I have peace in that. You see what I'm saying? Lord, I feel like you're telling me to stand for my marriage, although you haven't verbatim said that, but I feel it in my spirit. So I'm going to have peace in the uncertainty until you show up and say otherwise, until you give me that yes or give me that no. Sometimes God leaves you in that place of uncertainty, but he wants you to be content there and have peace there. I get it. You don't know. I get it. God has been silent. God will leave many of us on red for a long time. Like, Jesus, I know you saw that text, but you're leaving me on red. That's a place to be in for you to, he's checking your heart, your mood, your attitude, your posture. Will you get up? Will you grumble and complain? Will you move based on assumption? Will you move in haste? Will you go with what others are saying that seems like it fits you, but that may not be what he's saying? So again, it's a lot of different things that he can mean from it. And I don't say this to confuse you. I say this for you to take it back to him, to sit at his feet long enough. With that Texas download that I got, like I said, it was years later before that clicked. It was years later before that made sense. I could have very well been in Texas and not been where the Lord instructed me to be. You see what I'm saying?